So the most relevant person right now in basketball is Lonzo Ball. Well, it's LeVar Ball, but I'm going to talk about Lonzo Ball in this video. And most people are making videos about why Lonzo Ball is overrated, why they think he may drop out of the top 5 and things like that, why he will struggle in the NBA. In this video, I'm actually going to be talking about the complete opposite. I'm going to be talking about why right now I think Lonzo Ball might be one of the most underrated players in the 2017 draft class. So LeVar Ball has been bigging up his son for the past, well, to be honest, probably for his entire life, but only doing it in the media the past year. He's been bigging him up so much, trying to make it seem like he's the best player in the world right now, which he clearly isn't. That people have gone into so much detail on his game, finding flaws that aren't really flaws in his game and using them as a reason why he won't succeed at the next level. I don't think there's ever been a player in college that's been looked at as closely as Lonzo Ball has. And the thing is, if you look at any player in the world close enough, you will find flaws. And Lonzo Ball's no different. He has flaws. One of his major flaws is that he can't pull up dribbling to his right, which is a little bit of a problem. But for someone who shoots the ball as well as Lonzo Ball, I think he'll be able to adjust his shot coming off dribbling with his right hand. And while I think it's not going to be as effective as his normal jump shot, because I can't see him changing that, coming off his right hand for a pull-up, he might be able to become a competent enough shooter that teams can't step under screens. And even if that happens, then he's going to be fine. That's not really going to be that major of a flaw. Especially because of his jump shot that makes him even more deadly coming off the left. The way he shoots the ball makes him even more deadly coming off screens, coming off dribbles to his left-hand shot for the pull-up. While Lonzo doesn't possess elite quickness, he's crafty enough that I think even with defenders trying to force him to his right, he's still going to be able to get to his left a little bit, especially off screens. Another flaw people see with Lonzo Ball is his defense. And while his on-ball defense isn't spectacular, it's not. He got absolutely torched by the Aaron Fox in the NCAA tournament. His team defense is quite good, and you can even see it from his days in Chino Hills. He can trap very well, he's good at getting in passing lanes, and while not the best on-ball defender, could become a solid enough team defender in the NBA. And I don't think he's bad enough that he's going to be just attacked on every single offense. The Aaron Fox had the game of his life against Lonzo Ball. But I believe that he's still a better defender than he showed in that game. While he's not going to be an elite defender, I still think he's going to be competent at that end of the floor. And the last flaw that people bring up, which isn't a flaw, is his ugly looking jump shot. Yes, it's really bad. It looks really bad. And people are saying he's never going to be able to get that shot off in the NBA. What you don't realise is that he shoots the ball as quick as Klay Thompson. Yes, he shoots the ball as quick as Klay Thompson. ESPN did a sports science on Lonzo Ball, and it showed that his release is actually as quick as Klay Thompson's and one of the faster releases in the NBA. So the logic that because it looks ugly he's not going to be able to get shot off in the NBA is just flawed. And he's already got NBA range from 3, he's had it since high school, shoots extremely high percentage, and could honestly be a knockdown shooter in the NBA. He could be a knockdown shooter. His jump shot is not a flaw. He's one of the better shooters coming into the draft. So I don't understand why people are complaining about an ugly looking jump shot when it goes in and goes in at a high rate and is also quite quick. Just because it looks weird doesn't mean it's not a good jump shot. There's been a lot of weird looking jump shots in NBA history that have worked. Obviously Larry Bird. Reggie Miller didn't have a great looking jump shot. Dirk Nowitzki doesn't have a good looking jump shot. Kevin Martin didn't have a great looking jump shot. And they were all absolutely exceptional shooters. And I think Lonzo's going to be a great shooter in the NBA. While he mightn't hit 40% right off the bat, he's going to be a good enough shooter that he's going to be able to come off screens, especially on the left, and hit jump shots. You're not going to be able to step off him on defense, which means he's going to be extremely effective in the pick and roll. And now we're going to talk about Lonzo's strengths that everyone knows about. But for some reason his slight weaknesses have now overshadowed his strength, mainly because of the hatred people have for his dad. Lonzo Ball is the best passer we've seen in this draft. He's the best passer we've seen coming into the league since probably Ricky Rubio. And unlike Rubio, Lonzo can shoot the ball and they can't just go under every single screen. He's one of the most intelligent players we've seen in a long time as well. His basketball IQ is off the charts and he plays the game the right way. But one thing that people forget to mention, and LeVar mentions it all the time, is that everywhere Lonzo's gone, Lonzo wins. And people are saying, oh, he had a stacked team at UCLA. No, he didn't. That UCLA team were less than a 500 team the year before. And I know TJ Leaf was a great player, but that was Lonzo Ball's team. Lonzo Ball led that team to, I think it was the 3rd seed, and for a while they were looking like they were the best team in the country. Obviously it didn't end well and they lost to Kentucky, and Lonzo Ball did not have a good game. But the thing is, would they have even been there in the first place without Lonzo Ball? He had one of his best games the round before, had a great second half, and to be honest, just had a bad game in the round that they were knocked out in. But the thing is, everywhere Lonzo's gone, he's made his teammates better. While Chino Hills were still a good team this year with LiAngelo and LaMelo, they were nowhere near as good as they were the year before when they had Lonzo Ball. The UCLA team was far, far better, and the players were made look far, far better because they were playing with Lonzo Ball. He plays the game differently to anyone we've seen in a long, long time, and unlike most point guards who are really two guards playing at the one, players like Markelle Fultz, and then players in the NBA right now like Russell Westbrook, Stephen Curry, who are really shooting guards that are playing a point guard. Lonzo Ball is a true point guard, and a great true point guard. He will make whatever team he goes to better, and you can't say that about a lot of people for the last couple of years. He will make every player around him better, just like he has done in his career. But for some reason, a lot of people are thinking he's going to drop out of the top 5 in this draft. They think if the Lakers pass on him, that he will drop out of the top 5, and they think that the Lakers are going to pass on him. One, the Lakers won't. Magic Johnson will not pass on Lonzo Ball. Lonzo won't drop out of the top 5. And to be honest, he should be picked with the number 1 pick in the draft. The Boston Celtics should pick Lonzo Ball with the number 1 overall pick. And they should also trade Isaiah Thomas. The reason for this is, the Celtics don't really have any weak links. They're a solid team. Their only real weak link is on the defensive end when Isaiah Thomas is on the floor, even though he is their best offensive player. But I think they could get a very good asset for Isaiah Thomas, maybe a couple of first round picks, but I think Lonzo Ball could be the point guard of the future for the Celtics. I think that he could be one of the main reasons why the Celtics are propelled over the Cavaliers in a year or two time. He's going to walk in and change that franchise if he's given the starting point guard role. He's got shooters around him, he's got defenders, he's got decent big men, he's got shooters at the bigs position, he's got Kelly Olynyk who can nail threes from the 5. He's got almost a perfect team in Boston around him. And if the Celtics can add in a player like Gordon Hayward in free agency this year, he doesn't have to be the superstar. He's got another star there with him, which will allow him to be even better. Because the thing is with Lonzo Ball, the more you watch him play, the more you realize he doesn't care how many points he scores. If you look at interviews of him when he was 15 years old, he doesn't care how many points he scores. He doesn't care what he looks like individually. All he cares about is one thing: winning. And we haven't seen that from NBA players in a long time. A lot of these players in the draft put up better stat lines than Lonzo Ball. And to be honest, if you're looking at highlights, probably look better than Lonzo Ball. But the difference is, Lonzo has won everywhere. All he cares about is winning. And he's not just saying it like most people are. He shows it. He passes at the right time, he often shoots at the right time. And apart from that game against Kentucky, he was the best player in college basketball last year. I know Markelle Fultz is going to be a better scorer. That's not a question. But when you're looking at overall NBA players, and considering the fact that basketball is a 5-on-5 game, it's not 1-on-1, I think you have to pick Lonzo Ball with the number 1 overall pick. He makes everyone around him better, which is something very few players do right now in the NBA. It's the reason why LeBron James may eventually overtake Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time, because he makes every single player around him better. LeBron has revived dead careers. He's made players who look like they were going to be out of the league in a couple of years, like J.R. Smith, and turned them into solid players. Although the NBA Finals will say otherwise, he's been solid for the last 2.5 years. LeBron James is on another level, and I think Lonzo Ball, while he's not going to be LeBron James is one of the best passers. He's 6'8", one of the most elite athlete we've ever seen. Lonzo Ball is a similar mentality. Lonzo Ball is going to help make every single player around him better. And as we saw in a lot of games, especially the one against Kentucky at the start of the year, if Lonzo Ball is needed to make a big shot, he will make that big shot. He doesn't shy away from pressure. He can take over games when he wants to take over. While I can't see him doing it much at the NBA level, the thing is, Lonzo is the best point guard prospect in the draft. There are so many things that Lonzo Ball does that we haven't seen in years. He makes the game fast. He pushes the tempo. If you put a team around Lonzo Ball, they could be a legit playoff team. I'm not entirely sure about Markelle Fultz. Lonzo Ball can change the face of a franchise. And I think the fact that the Celtics have some more picks, they can get more assets as well as drafting Lonzo Ball. and the fact that I don't think Isaiah Thomas is the future of the Celtics, I think that Lonzo Ball is the perfect pick. Because what are the Celtics going to do with Markelle Fultz? Are they going to trade Isaiah Thomas and put Markelle at the 1? Are they going to play Markelle Fultz and Isaiah Thomas and put Avery Bradley, who's one of their best players, on the bench? What are they going to do? Who knows? But in my opinion, if the Celtics draft Lonzo Ball and trade Isaiah Thomas for some picks, some assets, and are able to get Gordon Hayward, they're going to be in a much better position than they'll be in. Even if they get Gordon Hayward and draft Markelle Fultz and try to figure out what they do with 3 small guards as their 3 of their 4 best players. So anyway, that's the video. In my opinion, Lonzo could be the most underrated player in this draft because people are looking too closely at his game. They're spotting flaws that aren't really flaws, mostly out of hatred of his dad. And a lot of people, and some teams I think, are going to pass on Lonzo Ball for the sole reason that they dislike his dad and they're looking too closely for flaws that aren't really there, while overlooking all the massive strengths and the potential he has to change a franchise. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.